Hey everyone, this is Saito, and something huge just happened with the Star Rail community, because Caelus and Stelle has just been recast, and you can hear it already in some trailers. So I will talk about this with you because it does not make much sense that they will just replace the main characters. So before we start, please consider to subscribe, because once we reach 500 subs I will make a special giveaway, where I'll be giving out a few welcome moons, and now let's get to the video. So honestly, I'm not sure why they did this. Like, first of all, why do they do this after so many years? Like, it's been years since the game has been out. If you didn't like the voice actors, just remove them after a few months, or just not even make them pass the beta, not just remove them after 2 whole years. Like, I feel like many people just got attached to them, you know, like the fans really like them. The good thing about this game is that unlike Genshin, this game really cares about the main character. The main character is meta under many forms, like the Harmony and the Remembrance one, so people get to deal with them very often. They just like to play the character because it's also meta viable, it's like in Wuthering Waves. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the story of this game, so I don't know much about it, but when I used to play the game, I kind of cared about the characters because they had like just a bit of storytelling. So while Caelus didn't sound that great, I think that Stelle sounded actually pretty nice, but even then, like, I don't think they should have done this after so much time. And also, what is the reason for why they did this? Like, I think that they just removed one of them, and at that point they just decided to remove the other one too. Maybe they just got it from the analytics, they saw the data, and maybe thought that if they removed the voice actors and replaced them, then they would have gotten more people, I guess, but I don't really get why. Like, I don't think that there has ever been any issue regarding, for example, the Union, you know, the SAG-AFTRA and all of that. This is very big when it's about Genshin, but not really when it's about SAG-AFTRA, even though some cases has happened. But I don't really get why they just woke up and decided to get rid of the main characters. Now, I'm not sure if this is a good decision, like, starting from the fact that no, I don't think it is, but maybe the voice actors, you know, the new ones might be better, but even then, at that point, just keep them. I don't see why you have to remove them. And also, why does this just keep happening to only English voices? Like, when it's about the Chinese voice actors and Japanese, I never see them just getting recast for no reason. I think this only happens when it's about the English voice actors. Just think of Mr. Tail, Hua Hua, because if you didn't know, they did recast, for example, Hua Hua, Mr. Tail, Argenti, and many others. For many versions you could not even hear the voices. The same happened in one of the most important versions when it's about Sunday and Robin, where Sunday was talking to a silent Robin, so that was pretty funny. But I don't really get why they keep doing this. I don't think it's a nice thing for the fans, because they just keep seeing their idols being just replaced every time, and it's not very easy to just keep being attracted to a character when you just not even expect them to last a lot as the voices, because the voices are very important for this game, especially when it's a game where you will hear the same voice lines like 1,000 times in the same day. And also, I bet it must suck for the voice actors too. Like, imagine just knowing that at any point you might be replaced. Like, I don't think I would even want to be a voice actor at this point if I have to work with people like that, because I don't even know if next day I will still be voicing the same character. The only thing that I'm noticing is that both Star Rail, Genshin Impact and Zenless on Zero are all just changing voice actors very quickly. And only the English voice actors, I just see them always being replaced very often. Especially in games like Zenless on Zero, where they get replaced very often, and same goes for example, Genshin, even though, again, this is mainly because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. So for example, the old Kinich voice actor just got replaced because he was against AI, so he was like, yeah, I want to be fired because of that, because I'm gonna protest, and they did fire him. So that was expected. He basically said himself that he wanted to be fired, basically, because he was gonna protest, so I can get that, but I don't get why every Hoyoverse game is always going through that. At some point I was even thinking if they did this on purpose just to basically get more people playing the game, because they were just attracted by the fact that the characters were gonna change the voice very often, but it does make no sense, it absolutely makes no sense, so I don't even see why. I don't think anyone is gaining from this, and this only has to deal with Hoyoverse. I don't hear of any other gacha game that is doing this shit this often. Also because the studios of these games are completely different, like the studios recording the audios are different when you compare it to Genshin, Star Rail and Zenless on Zero. They all have different studios, so it's not that they're related in any sort of way. The only thing that connects them is that they're all made by Hoyoverse. So I think that just apart from the single games, I think it's mainly Hoyoverse's fault for just doing this often. I don't know, I'm just very confused about all of this. I'm trying to shine a light on this topic, but unfortunately we don't have those many informations about all of this stuff. But the best idea I keep always saying is to just switch to maybe Chinese or Japanese or Korean and spare just having to deal with this sort of shit almost every single month. Now, I'm not behind the scenes, I don't know how these things work like secretly, I don't know all of these things, but I just assume from like an outside perspective that as the consumer, you know, as the one who plays these games, I don't like this. This is fucked up. I don't think that you should just always expect another character to be silent or be replaced and all of that. And when it's about Hoyoverse, you can just see the same thing happening, especially in Genshin, even though it's mainly motivated by the SAG-AFTRA strikes and stuff, which by the way I made a video about, so just go check it out. But if anything, this just means that Hoyoverse can basically say to us, we can recast everyone. If they're able to recast main characters, I would not be surprised if anyone would get recast. And that includes very fan favorite characters, like for example Kafka or Furina in Genshin, even though I don't really feel like that will be the best choice, simply because of just how big their fanbase is. These characters have a lot of fans, especially in China, which is not a country that uses the English voices, but even in the US this is a very liked character, so I think that they will just get backlash from that. But even then, like for example Stelle was a very liked character. So many people actually liked Stelle, like Stelle is basically the mascot of the game. People really like her. Now this is just the voice, they can still like the character even if she has a different voice, but you know, the voice is basically half of the character. So to be honest, I don't think that they should have just changed the voice actors of the main Cs. So in the end I don't feel like that they should have done this, it just seems not right after so many years. And maybe for all of these SAG-AFTRA strikes and all of that and all of these voice actors having to deal with all of this AI stuff and all of that, especially with the Twitter protest and many voice actors just refusing to work, you should not get surprised if Hoyoverse is starting to get maybe more violent with this. Maybe they will not have this mercy anymore, maybe they will just decide to recast many more new voice actors. I just recommend you not to just harass the new voice actors because they didn't do anything wrong. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!